Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. This is the second episode. Like I mentioned in the first episode, I'm trying to give you guys an update every single week on how well I'm doing. So let's look at the chart. So according to this chart, on September 11th, which is about like 7 days ago, because today is like the 18th, I have on September 11th, I have about 12 million gold, and right now I have 12.6. So I make about 600k gold in the past 7 days, which averaged out to be less than 100k gold a day. I believe I could usually make about 100k gold a day, but that was in like 9.0. So now I guess my new estimate is I can't hit that number anymore, because I used to make more than 100k gold and I did not like spend a lot of time on that, because back then I was still raiding, getting my KSM, and enjoying like PvP from time to time. Even though my PvP ranking is like extremely low, I did get KSM and AOTC. I never tried out Mythic raiding like I mentioned before, because I'm a casual player. I know my place. Mythic raiding is just not for me. But M plus though, it was fun for the I guess couple months, but since I run each dungeon probably over 200 times, it's just getting bored. So I'm just not really into that anymore. So now, like I mentioned in the first episode, I'm just trying to make another 10 million gold. Then I'm gonna call my target for this patch. And if 9.2 come out, it depends on whether or not any of my like friends came back, which is my guildies. If they don't come back, then I'm probably not gonna join another guild. I'm probably just gonna quit and not gonna try to make another like 10 million gold or something. So I was hoping I can make about 10 million gold in the next couple months. So when 9.2 come out, I have like 20 million gold. So the reason why I want to make another 10 million gold is like the first 10 million gold is actually on one of my characters, just babysitting the black market auction house in case the long boy shows up, because I don't have long boy. I did not really start playing until the very end of the BFA, so I did not actually have time to come up with like 5 million gold to actually buy the long boy. I forgot, is it 5 million or 3 million? One or the other. So anyway, I digress. It's like way off topic right now. So yeah, so that's how much gold I made this week. And one of the main reason why like I did not make a lot of gold like this week is that I did not sell all my Lightless cloth. I did sell it. I flipped a lot of it by selling it around like 17 gold each. So I thought, hey, I already flipped it. Maybe I can do it again. So I thought I'm gonna buy out everything that's around like 15 gold each. So I bought a bunch of them and I keep piling on and trying to sell it at like 20 gold. It didn't work. So I was like, okay, I'll lower to like 17. But now it's like the minimum price for this like Lightless silk. It's around like I would say 14 gold. So it's like, okay, now I'm stuck with these Lightless silk, and the only way I can get rid of these Lightless silk right now is actually turn it into the Lightless silk bags, which I can still make about like 10 gold each. But then I don't have a lot of time to babysit these auctions. So usually when I sell around like maybe 20 or 30 of it, I will get undercut. So and then people's been keep lowering the prices of these, because like their price right is around like 14 gold each, but my price is around like 15 to 16 gold. So I would say let's call it 16 gold. So like there's a 2 gold difference per cloth, and you need, I forgot how many, I think 12 or something to make a bag. So their profit margin is gonna be a lot higher than mine, so they can actually reduce the price and try to get me pretty much out of that market. And there's one thing I'm trying to do right now is using one of my level 60s, trying to get honor with the death events, because once you're honored with the death events, you can actually craft a and I forgot what it is, an addition, right? It's like scrolls or whatever they're called. Craft something. Either way, you can craft an iron level 200 gear. And since I'm gonna make that character the alchemy, because like I mentioned before, all my characters are alchemy at level 60 to make that shade stone, because I consider that be the most passive income there is in this game. So then it's gonna be alchemy and tailor, and tailoring is gonna get rid of all these Lightless silk for me, because I'm gonna create a bunch of like iron level 200 gear for clothies and then just throw it into the auction house, because like like bunch of people are buying it because every single level 60 are actually fresh, right? Fresh level 60s have to buy them. I am not gonna try to get like island level, what's that thing called, 230. I know like if I remember correctly, you gotta farm like your research to a certain point, then you can buy them. I just don't have the patience to actually do that, because like selling island level 200 gear right now is actually pretty good. I only have one character that can do that, and they're jewel crafting, so I'm selling the rings and the necklace, because based on how the game works, right, every single fresh level 60 is going to need a ring and a necklace if they want to skip a lot of farming and just get island level 200 gear. Then they will have to buy it, right? So and then every single character that wants to buy it will need rings and trinkets. That's why I was going to make them. And for cloth, their majority of it is going to be like unique to the clothies, but then there's one common item that every single class can use. That would be the cloak. So I can massively I can either just make one which is a cloak, or I can just make everything and then just have additional cloak, like maybe a ratio of like 2 to 1, right? Let's say I craft like, because right now I'm selling a lot of level 50 gears. That's where like most of my money is also coming from, is selling the level 50 gears. So if you have like, if you want to make gold, right, level 50 gear is definitely the way to go, by the way. Because you can just listing auction house and people usually just buy it, because right now, right, but then again, it's gonna be very iffy when the 9.1.5 comes out, because once 9.1.5 comes out, people will be able to upgrade their, what's that thing called, the leveling gear that kind of levels with you, I forgot what it's called. They can pretty much use that till they're like level 60. So a lot of people, I think they're probably gonna spend money to upgrade their shoot, what is that thing called? All right, 1 second, let me just get there. Oh, heirloom, sorry. I forgot the word. So I think a lot of people are gonna spend money to actually upgrade the heirlooms all the way to like level 59, right? Because I guess they don't go to 60 because they didn't go to 15 before. So it's like, I think a lot of people are gonna do that. Then they don't need level 50 gear anymore. So I don't know like how profitable it will be once 9.1.5 comes out, but it's extremely profitable right now, because all those people that's getting to level 50 needs to actually do that. They need to buy it, then they can go to the dungeons, because like I highly doubt anybody is actually leveling from 50 to 60 if they're on their alt, right? It's on their 4th, 5th, or 6th alt. I don't think any of them are actually gonna do the quest. That's how I level, because I hate like leveling, right? So I just do dungeons. That's pretty much how I got from 50 to like level 60, because once you get out of them all, you usually like, because I have double XP on a lot of characters I was leveling up before, because like I mentioned before, I level like 5 of the 13 60s in the past month, because they're all level 50. So once you get out of them all with double XP, you're almost like 51. So without it, I don't know how close you would be. So anyway, I digress. I'm like way off topic right now. So yeah, I did not, like I mentioned before, the reason why I'm not making a lot of gold right now, because I spent too much of my gold in the flipping market, and then none of these stuff actually sells. So once a Lightless silk, so it's not selling right now. So I have probably on this page alone somewhere probably around like 800k to 1,000,000 gold locking up just on this all these bag spaces. And then these like the amberjacks, I tried to flip them, it did not work out, and now their prices are actually going lower as well. I'm not sure like when it will be reset. I would say probably around like Tuesday or Wednesday the price of these will be reset. So unlike the Lightless silk, I don't have a lot of issue with the amberjack, because I can always turn it into the food, right? Because the pretty much the critical strike, and if I remember correctly, haste food, I believe those are two type of food that actually both require the amberjack. So I just make those food using these amberjacks and just sell in an auction house, and it's fine. I sold about like, I would say over 2,000, probably around like 3,000 in total, right, for both food added together. In today, actually, I wasn't really selling it like in the past few days because there was some competition, but today there's not a lot of competition, so I can just post in the auction house and have it, sell. So I sold about 3,000 of it today because it's a day off, so I can actually sit in front of the computer and try to relist them like every 30 minutes or so. It's like, so that's how I did it, and I sold 3,000 of it already. So that's a pretty good thing. So pretty much that should be able to help me get rid of all these amberjacks. I'm not really worried. And the other two meat there, they're just trash meat that I send this character to auction house from like every single one because I have the TSM setup. This character initially I was gonna set it up so like every single like trash items that I have no use for. By trash I mean like item I have no use for. So send it to her, then she would just post an auction house. And the Corthia crystals, I actually bought that for an auction house around like 240 gold. I thought, hey, there's like 240, I can sell that to like 290, right? And I tried that, did not work out. Then I look at the actual deposit, I was like, So I pretty much bought these at 250 now because after the taking into consideration about how much it actually cost to post them, I think like each one costs almost a gold or something, or even more. I can't remember the top of my head. It's like because it's been a little while. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put that in the bag and try to flip it on Tuesday because like this Tuesday, I was selling them at like from 240 to 290, and they were gone like right after the server came back online. So I was like, okay, so I guess every single Tuesday there's just a bunch of people buying out these Corthia crystal trying to craft their Legos, because I can't think of any other reason why people will actually buy that. So I can probably get rid of the Corthia crystal like on next Tuesday. I will try to sell it around like 290. If I can't sell that, fail again, I'll just sell it at the lowest price because I'm just trying to get rid of it now because it's not really worth it. Because I used to buy it in trade chat around like 180 to 190 gold because people try to get rid of like 200 of them. I guess they also run into issue of they don't want to post it in the auction house because like I mentioned, each one of them costs like almost like a gold or something just for like 12 hours. Then it's not even for like 48 hours. So it costs too much money to actually post them. The deposit is too great, so people just try to sell in trade chat. Then once I see them, I'll say, hey, I will buy them all. Can I buy each one like 180? That was the last time I mentioned that. Can I buy 180? They say no. I'll put 190. I was like, okay, great deal, man. So it's pretty good because you try to get rid of like 200 gold. You can usually like barter with people trying to haggle them to like a lower price. So I was like, okay, 190 is good enough. It's only like maybe 2,000 more gold, but then again, that's how you make most of your gold. It's like 2,000 gold here, 3,000 gold there, and sooner or later you're gonna realize it's like tens and thousands and turn into millions. That's how this game works. And I was gonna say, let's look at the details about like the ledger, about all the revenues that I had. So as you can see, like I mentioned before, I'm selling a lot of these like level 50 gear. And I believe this is a 151. I still have like some item level 151. I've been trying to sell them for a month and I still have some of those. And I kind of made a mistake today, craft a bunch like 151 when I tried to craft like item level 200 because I forgot to include that scroll that allowed me to craft like item level 200. So I was like, oh shit. So I have like a bunch of item level 151. I forgot what color they are. I think it is the blue one, so it's the versatile one. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still trying to get rid of them. And then this is the food that I talked about before. Let's see. So this is the food that I talked about before, which uses the amberjack. This is the critical strike one, right? Let's see. Remain eating, spend like 10 seconds, well fed, and 3 crit. Okay, yep, that's the crit food. So as you can see, I've been selling a lot of it in the past few days. pretty much it's like, oh, I guess I've started selling a couple of days ago as well, but not a lot. As you can see, like whole day I pretty much only sold like maybe probably like 300. But if you look at the past 24 hours, wait, that's not right. I don't get it. I know I sell way more than this. This can't be right. I don't know. It's like, how accurate are these? Oh, okay. Never mind. This is a unit price. This is a total. So, oh wait, no, it is 160. Anyway, so if we look at that for the past 7 days, I sold like 5,000 of them. And there's one thing that I was gonna say. It's like I run into someone who tried to like, I guess try to snipe or something. I just buy them out. I was like, dude, if you're gonna snipe someone, I'm just gonna buy you out. There were also some other people that tried to sell it at like a lower price. So I just bought them out and tried to resell it because that's how it works. If you try to sell these things that's like only like 2 gold below my sale price, I usually just buy you out, assuming you only have like maybe less than 400 of them in that stack. Because if you think about 2 gold, right, and I have maybe 5,000 of them, that's like 10k right there. And not to mention, if this guy's gonna cut it, there's gonna be the next guy that's gonna keep cutting it. And during the time, there's not a lot of competition. You can usually just buy out the other guy and try to relist it and just make a profit, which, you know, that's why I did. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. Especially for this one, right? They're only selling it for like 49 gold. So it's like, what were you even thinking? So as you can see, I also make a lot of weapon oils. I also make the sharpening stones. So yeah, that's pretty much how I make all my gold. Is just selling consumables, because consumables is the way to go. So let's also see my shade stone that I keep talking about. Okay, shade stones. All right. Does it have complete data? Okay, this one doesn't have all the data. Like I mentioned before, I have like 2 computers. This computer doesn't have the data of me where I was buying out those shade stone and try to flip them. But then you can see for the past 7 days, my average price, I only sold like 84 of them. It's around like 1.9k because the price really gone back up a lot. But then if you look at the past 30 days, it's around like 1.795 gold. So this has a lot to do with the one I just came back. I started selling them, but then I was selling them at a price that's below the actual the amount that I was want to sell. That I went all the way down to like 1.4. As you can see, like a couple days ago, I was selling like 36 days ago. So I was selling it like 2.1, and then very like, I guess after 4 days, I was only selling them at like 1.5k. So I was like, later on I realized, well, it just, you know, goes down and come back up, then it goes down, then it goes back up, then it goes down. I was like, okay, I see the pattern, just people trying to flip them. So I start buying them. Once I see them along like 1.4k and below, I just start flipping them. I was like, okay, I will be the guy that's making the money. I'm not gonna be the guy that's selling it at a loss. So yeah, that's how I make most of my gold. And oh yeah, I have a spreadsheet I'm gonna show you guys that's related to the passive income that I was talking about, the shade stones. So assuming I sell like so this is just to see whether or not the amount of shade stone I have I can craft, and the price I can sell that is gonna be enough to pay for my game time. So I have 2 accounts like I mentioned before, so my game time is gonna be around like 400k gold, because right now, last time I checked, the wild token costs 197k gold. So it's been around like 190 something. It's a 97, 92, sometimes 96. So I think sooner or later it will break 200k. But for now, it hasn't. So let's just say for now, for the next 30 days, let's assume it doesn't break 200k, right? For a wild token, the 200k gold wild token. So assuming I have 2 accounts, the total will be 400k. And I also made some changes to like how much I am willing to sell my shade stone. So now for majority of my shade stone, I'm gonna sell it at 1.8, but the minimum amount I'm willing to sell for some of my shade stone is 1.7. So I'm just using the worst case scenario here, which is 1.7k gold. And so let's say there's like a 13 I can craft a day, right? So 10 of them I'm gonna put in the auction house, assuming it's a minimum price of 1.8k gold. And if you dip below that, I'm gonna put it into the bank and wait for the day that the market gets reset, which, like I showed you before, is pretty often. It's reset like twice already, well, 3 times already, right? Based on the data I showed you before, within like a single month. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, not gonna sell them. I'm gonna hold on to them. Once the price go back up, I'm gonna sell them. And then the other one, which is like 3 of them, I'm gonna sell them at like a minimum price of 1.7, just in case like it takes a long time for the price to recover or something. So I still have some income from the shade stone to pay for the cost of the shade stone, because the cost of the shade stone is not gonna be cheap, because you actually need to buy herbs and craft them and turn them into dust, right? Or powder, I don't know, it's like grounded anyway. Then you make shade stone. So I'm using the worst case, like I mentioned, 1.7k, and then the auction house will take like 5% cut. So after the auction house cut, I will have like 1.615k gold, and my estimated cost is about like 300 gold per shade stone. It's gonna be a little bit less than that. I say it's probably somewhere around like 250. So 250 gold cost is about right. So, but then I'm just making it worse by adding like 50 gold margin in case like the price of herbs like just goes up, and then I actually did not have any like in storage, so I actually have to buy it, so the price will be higher. But then the average price, I would say probably somewhere like 250 and lower. 250 probably too high already. And right now I can make 13 of them a day, so then the total profit per day is going to be 17k gold, because you just take the price after the auction house cut, subtract it by the cost with 300 gold, and multiply by 13. So that's what I did here, and that's how much you get, 17k gold a day. And single wild token is going to provide you with 30-day game time. So within a 30-day, I will have a little bit over 500,000 gold. Now, that's pretty much just by selling 13 of them, and each one is at least 1.7k gold, and the price of the cost of it does not exceed 300 gold, which I don't think it will ever exceed 300 gold. And then after subtracting the game time from the 30-day income by just selling the shade stones, I will still have 100k gold left just by selling the 13 shade stone per day. So my goal is to have maybe 17 characters by the end of the year. Right now I'm trying to level like 1 character per month, and by the end of the year I will have like probably 4 more characters, so it would go all the way up to 17. And like I mentioned before, all my level 60s is going to be able to craft shade stones. So once I do that, I will be able to reach, and assuming the price of the shade stone doesn't crash, right? Because 9.1.5 sounds pretty good, so it's probably going to bring back some players. So hopefully that will increase the total number of people that's raiding, which then is going to increase the demand for shade stone. Because I'm not sure if I mentioned before, shade stone is the item that is required to make cauldrons. So you need 2 shade stones, and I believe like 10 flasks of power to actually make a cauldron, and each cauldron can provide like 35 flasks of power pretty much. So it's well worth it to actually craft a cauldron instead of buying like 35, sorry, instead of buying 35 flasks of power, because right now like flasks of power I think cost around like 200 gold, so that's 7k right there. If you actually buy it from auction house. But then the shade stones, it's actually a lot cheaper, and I believe you probably need like 10 flasks of power to actually do that. So, but either way, your cost is gonna be less than 7k for each cauldron. And so yeah, that's pretty much my hope is by end of the year I'll be able to make 270k gold just from selling these shade stones, assuming I have like 4 more level 60s that to come by the end of the year. So yeah, but right now that's pretty much all I have. I will have about 100k gold left over each month after paying for WoW token by doing absolutely nothing other than crafting shade stones. So if you're a casual player, you have a lot of level 60s, make sure you turn all of them into an alchemist and sell shade stones. And if you're on my server, Stormrage, please ignore my advice because I don't want you to compete with me. Alright? Oh man. So yeah, if you're on Stormrage, don't do it, man. It's a bad idea. But other than that, please do it. I'm joking, by the way, guys. You can sell shade stones. I don't really care because, yeah. It's not about how many you make. It's about when you try to sell it. If you time the market right and you know when to sell them, you will do perfectly fine. Well, that's all I want to talk about today. Have fun, boys and girls, and see ya.